Hey guys, it's Atomic and I'm back with you. One more vid before the update drops. I mentioned the last time I was rambling that I wanted to talk about the patch notes. They weren't available yet. Now that they are, I may as well give you my 2 cents. So here we go. Yes, single player challenges are coming. I will say if you go to the official website and look at the patch notes, you'll have challenge 1 completely spoiled for you. I told you guys I was trying to avoid spoilers. I wanted to go in this completely blind. I knew basically what to expect from Challenge 1 because I did watch the original demo, but since then I've stayed clear. I didn't watch that live stream or anything like that, but they threw up a screenshot showing the different outcomes basically that are available. So again, with the single player challenges, there are 3 stars, 3 skulls to unlock, and that's how you're going to unlock the new emotes. And they're all the same across every challenge. Kill everyone undetected, or I should say it just says undetected, and then there's an XP goal to reach. So I assume that's going to be done by completing the special kills. If you just do grab kills or something, you probably won't meet that XP threshold. As far as the undetected, I just wonder if you can just go hide in the corner of the map and let the people escape, and well, you were undetected, you get the skull. But again, we'll see how it plays out. It looks like within every individual challenge, there's different objectives to complete. Nothing really to be gained by that. Maybe you'll get some XP or CP or something. Like I said, I don't know because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. But it looks like it'll take multiple playthroughs to complete. There's, without being too spoilers, kill someone in a different way, and stuff like that. Like I said, don't want to spoil too much in case you guys don't want to be spoiled. So up next, yes, we are getting the new counselor, Victoria, and like I said, she doesn't look like someone that's going to appeal to me. She kind of looks like a Tiffany type. You know, her best stat is luck, and she does have high stealth, so maybe, near the end of the game, it might be tough to track her down. You're going to have to wait for rage mode or something, because, her luck is at 8, stealth is at 7, and stamina is at 7 too. You could maybe repair with her with that high luck, but considering her repair is only at 3, I doubt it. Legendary perks. Legendary perks are here. Unfortunately, they have the same value as the epic perks, so no values are being changed. The only thing that is changed, and I'll try to give you an example, and this isn't quite accurate, but for instance, you may be using a homebody perk that 20% chance Jason does not see you indoors, or whatever it is. And then that perk usually has some kind of negative, like, 20% chance you're not seen indoors, but your attack damage is decreased by 5%. Now with the legendary perks, they stay the same, but they also get an additional bonus. So just for example, I'm looking at the grinder perk. I think that's the XP boost that you get. So let's say you get a 5% XP boost with that perk. There's a little negative, but then there's also a positive to it. The heavy hitter perk, the additional increase that you get is weapon damage. Same with heavy mover perk. With the homebody perk that I mentioned, your little increase will be first aid healing. And I should say any boost, your secondary boost that you get with these legendary perks, I'm pretty sure they're minuscule. It's not really that high. The medic perk, I use that. Repair speed is your little boost that you get with that. My dad's a cop. The additional boost to that is increased weapon damage as Tommy. So some of these, correlate, some don't. I'm not going to run through every one, but it's almost like, it's just going to be cool to have it legendary instead of epic. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, and I hope I explained that well. I know it sounded a little confusing, but basically, legendary perk is just like an epic, except it gives you an additional boost, a small percentage increase in something else. The perk values, some of them have been changed. Most won't affect me, and I don't think will affect most people. But my dad's a cop is a big one. That reduces the time it takes for the police to arrive. It used to be as high as 30%. They're lowering that to 25%. And other ones, again, they're all kind of negatives. The boat, that's going to be a lot slower now. It used to be as high as 35% increase in boat speed. It's being lowered to 15. The only increase that I have noticed that is worthwhile is the car speed. It used to be between 5 and 20%. So if you had an Epic, car could be 20% faster. That's going up to 25%. But again, everything else, I guess weapon durability, some people may be using that. That's being lowered. Before, the different values varied between 5 and 15%. Now it's going to be 5 and 25%. But other ones like easy listening, that your stamina rate will increase recharge faster the closer you are to a radio. It used to be between 10 and 40%. Now it's gone down to between 1 and 10%. So for the two people out there that were using that perk, sorry. The perk screen is being updated. The colors stay the same, and now the legendary perks are purple. But they're adding little numbers to each perk. So a poor perk, in the corner, it's going to have the number 1, and common is 2, and then 3, 4, 5 is epic, and 6 would be legendary. They say this is for people with color blindness. I'm not colorblind, but I can tell you sometimes I had a hard time telling, is my perk rare or is it epic? That orange and red looked very similar to me. So I'm glad that these little numbers are there, because before I'd have to click on a perk and act like I was going to sell it just to see how much I would get back, so I could tell, well, is this rare or is it epic? Weapon swapping, like I said, it's coming. It's locked until you reach level 113. And I know people are angry, people are upset. What are you going to do? I wish they would have considered my idea. I know it's not my idea. I'm sure other people came up with it as well. But I think it would have been better if they would have just, okay, level 50 unlocks the axe, and level 60 unlocks the hedge clippers. And hell, you could have made the machete unlock at level 140, whatever. Everyone wants the machete. But I think a progression system like that just would have been better. Instead of everything unlocks at 113, give people a reason to keep playing. Boom, you get your axe at level 50. Oh, I want the fire axe. I'm going to keep going, get up to level 70, and then so on. Unfortunately, that's not the way it is, and even with all the complaining, considering this is just coming out, I doubt it will be changed. If it is, it's not coming anytime soon. So just deal with it, guys. Jump on this double XP weekend and do your best. Jason's grab, like I said, it's changed. You'd have to see it in motion to kind of understand it. It does look a little better. Like I said, it's a sweeping action. I only saw the one little clip. I haven't seen him actually grab a counselor with it. But it does look better. They're adding a different sound effect to it as well. Cool. I don't think his range is being increased, but they say you'll be able to judge the range better. So, cool. And another note here, like I said, you can't hit Jason through doors anymore. That was a big one. That sucked. Counselors won't be able to do that anymore. However, if you're standing right next to a door, Jason can hurt a counselor. So you guys better be aware of that, for you guys still thinking you can get some cheap shots in. I will say, I assume you can still get clobbered on that last hit. When you take down the door, you're kind of stuck in that animation for a second. I assume a counselor in combat stance can nail you then. And same thing coming through the door in rage mode. So it's not perfect. You got to be ready. Counselor weapon stats in the main menu, they've updated the screen. Nothing really of note there. The matchmaking system, the infraction system, the salt mines. Let's get into it. The penalties are, you leave the match as Jason. You leave the match as a host. You leave while you're still alive as a counselor. And you leave while you're being killed. There's different point values assigned to this. They say, go check out our official forums for more information. I know it's as Jason, it was 10. Leaving as the host, I think, was 5. Again, we'll see how this plays out. One of my favorite TV shows ever was Lost, and I don't want to talk too much about spoilers in case there is someone out there who has never seen it but might want to see it. But there's a button in the show that people have to keep pushing, and eventually the one guy says, "That's it, I'm leaving, I'm out of here." And the other guy says, "Well, what about the button, man?" And the first character says, "Screw the button. Who even knows if it's real?" I feel like that's how I'm going to be thinking about these salt mines. Oh, that's it. I'm rage quitting. I've had enough. Oh, dude, don't quit. You'll get salt, man. You'll go to the salt mines. Screw the salt mines, man. Who even knows if they're real? I want to see if they're real. They say, "Oh, we'll put you in with other players that quit, and, this will go away, though, over time. You'll lose your points over time." My first thing I think I want to do is just join a match and then quit right away just to see if a prompt comes up. "Oh, you are committing an infraction. Do not do this. If you do, you're gaining points." And is there anything in the menu that says, "Oh, I have 5 grams of salt," or whatever it is? I doubt it. So again, who even knows if this is real? We'll find out, but, I've got my my senses up for this one. The Jason selection process, again, being changed. Right now, it was random, but it really gave preference to new people in the lobby, which sucked, because if you joined, you weren't Jason in the first couple of matches. Well, what happens in every match? A few people die, they leave, then the next match, new people come in. Like I said, I have gone hours and hours without being Jason. So this... I'm still not sure how it works. It's basically, the way it was described to me originally was that everyone gets Jason tickets. If you have your preference set to Jason, everyone gets tickets. Let's say everyone has 15. And the match starts, it selects a Jason. Okay, he loses his tickets, and everyone that continues to play, at least I thought, gained tickets. And so on and so forth. So the more you played as a counselor, the better chances you had of being Jason. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. It says the probability of a player being chosen as Jason by their preference setting is also their recent amount of Jason games. Playing as Jason too many times in a small time frame will cause the player to no longer be considered as a candidate for Jason. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's still going to be the same thing, except, if you've been Jason a lot and, too short of a time frame, you won't be Jason. Well, if that's the case, after I play Jason, I'm kind of done anyway. So it would be like, well, okay, I'll just turn it off, come back in a couple hours. So again, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. I wish it would reward players for playing as for playing as a counselor. That way it gives you a reason to stick around. Again, we'll see how it works, and any differences that I notice, I'll update. Key binding coming for PC, nothing really that concerns us on PlayStation. And finally, just some general changes and bug fixes. I'm not going to go through all of this, but I'll point out the ones that seem noteworthy to me. We get a free emote, guys. The Poppin' Robot. Everyone gets it. Everyone's going to be using it. You're not cool if you don't use it. So use this new emote, the Poppin' Robot. In the little intro and outro scenes, each Jason will have their correct skin that they're using and the correct weapon if you have weapon swapped. They're putting the rain back in on the Xbox. Good for those guys. They said they're fixing sweater issues. I know sometimes if you were emoting, when you had to use the sweater, you couldn't do it anymore. Good, more Jasons can die. Like I said, Jason's getting his green overalls, and they'll be bloody too. And Jason 7 is getting his rework, and I think I was correct when I mentioned the other day, but the grip strength as a positive, as a strength, is being replaced with weapon strength, and the shift as a negative, as a weakness, is now replaced with stun resistance as a weakness. So Not a whole lot there as a buff, but at least it's something. Jason 7, it just, what could you do? If you gave him more traps or gave him the destruction, he would be Jason 8. If you made his shift really great, he would be Jason 9. So, I still think he's going to be pretty weak, but, what are you going to do? He's cool. Great. Other changes here. You'll get the XP bonus for killing Jason, even if he leaves the match. Can't put a bear trap in a tent anymore. I didn't know you could even do that. Some of this stuff, it's always like, man, how do people find this stuff out? A couple perks. They said, fix the bug with the teamwork perk that caused the attack strength decrease to not work properly. And who even figured that out? How many people are using the teamwork perk? Man. Some changes to driving the car. Now you can look in the rear view mirror. You can look behind you whenever you want. Before you couldn't. As you're driving, you had no idea what was behind you. You had to go in reverse. Now, all you got to do is press triangle. You can look in reverse. So that's pretty cool. I like that. It also says the brakes are improved. Cars will come to a stop more quickly. And it says using the handbrake, that'll let players drift. We'll see. But now it looks like it might be a little tougher to stop the car. The car really got slowed down. Jasons were having a hell of an easy time stopping it. Now, we'll see. A lot of map changes. I got nothing too noteworthy. Supposedly, if repair parts are dropped in the water, they should respawn quicker on the shore. A big one here is doors that are locked, not barricaded, but locked. They can be locked from either side now. So that's good because, something that like I know Packanack, there's other places too, but there's a cabin right by the main lodge that you go in, you could lock the door, go out the window, no one else could ever get in there again. And what was even better is when the trolls would pick up the battery or something and throw it in there. Oh well. Finally, the bots. The AI has improved. If you've watched anything on screen, you could see I just wanted to make sure this video was long enough for me to talk. But it says AI bot improvement, their behavior has changed. They'll be able to place bear traps, turn on radios, interact with vehicles better, avoid or interact with Jason's traps, and the difficulty settings will affect it in the following way. Their ranged accuracy, what weapons they pick up, item location awareness, and their starting items and perks. We'll see how this plays out. It couldn't be much worse, right? I didn't see any mention of a boat. I don't know if we're getting boats or not. So, I wish in a perfect world all the bots would have sliders and I could just slide it across how I want to make my match, Put their escape preference at 100, and that way they're always going for a vehicle. Or, I could lower that to 0, put up fighting, and kill Jason to 100. That way they're always trying to fight me. If it was kill Jason, I could, they would group together and try to attack me as a group. Fortunately, I don't think that will happen. So that's about it, guys. Like I said, plenty of other little changes. You probably won't notice them. But anyway, like I said, I am like you. I am looking forward to this. I don't know what content I will put up tonight. It depends on how much time. Probably just a couple bot matches just to see the improvements or lack of improvement. And, maybe a single player challenge, and that's it. And then Friday, I'll put up my usual online video. I think I got Retro Jason scheduled. And hopefully I'll be able to tackle some more single player challenges then. And then on Saturday, finally get an off day from work, so I'm going to, tackle this game, give you everything I got. Hopefully we'll have all the single-player challenges completed by then. And yes, thanks to one guy, Eric, thanks for the advice, man. I will do live commentary as I go through these challenges. Hopefully you don't hear any rage from me and I tell you how stupid they are and how stupid the game is, and this sucks. Hopefully I'm able to complete them and not look like a fool. But I think I'll do that, and that's it. So anyway, guys, thanks again for listening. I hope you weren't watching. I hope you were able to tell that my main point here was trying to make sure the video lasted long enough for me to talk. But yes, updates should be releasing anytime now. I will be constantly clicking on the game today. Check for updates. But like I said, I'm expecting around 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you guys at camp. Later, guys.